Bungaloo.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Bungaloo.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Of the Three Can Play podcast. It's episode 78. My name's Shamik. This is
Bungaloo.
Brad. I'm so messed up.
It's Bungaloo.
It's Bungaloo.
Oh,
That's Brad.
it is.
Ethan's off camera. This is episode 78, like I said.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's on the thing now. I don't know if
Yeah.
you guys can see it, but
Ethan hooked us up.
There's like
so
a-
Shamik will never forget.
I
I'm
will
pretty sure they can see it. I see
never
it on
again.
our camera.
forget the
which is
episode
right
number.
there.
Welcome to another cold week in Toronto.
It's not that cold.
No, it's not that cold.
It's literally been like one of the most mild winters I can remember.
Yep.
Global warming, baby. Not actually though. What do, baby? Not a good thing. It's a bad thing.
I watched another movie. I went to a hot tub. I went to a pool. Saltwater pool. That was nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then went in a hot tub
It
afterwards.
was just like,
It was
better?
warm. It was warm. It was a warm saltwater pool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pools are generally warm.
No, they're cold-ish. Don't you?
What pools are you swimming in?
If I go swimming in the summer, I want to go into a cold pool,
Not
bro.
every pool's heated.
Yeah, you're crazy if you don't heat your pool even a little bit.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how pools work. You probably know how pools
Like,
work. better than-
usually you dig a hole, you line it,
Not
Uh-huh.
necessarily. There's above ground,
pour. Okay, yes.
so you don't have to dig a hole. That'd
So
just
you
be
get-
pointless
you
because the
get-
pool's
you
above
get
the ground.
A pool-shaped like tub.
Yeah.
A big tub
Uh-huh.
that's like at least 3 feet deep.
Uh-huh.
You line it,
Uh-huh.
put water in it,
That'd be a really shallow
chlorinate
pool.
it,
Uh-huh.
get a pump.
Yeah.
It's a pool.
Okay.
Maybe diving board, a ladder. I don't fucking know.
J7 above ground. In his
What does he have
backyard.
now?
They just got rid of it, extended the deck.
Fucking why?
Well, because all the kids like grew up. Jay's the only one who still lives there, so the pool wasn't really getting use. Plus, they have a cottage, so.
Unfortunate.
What do you mean, unfortunate? You're literally getting you have a cottage now. You
I
should
haven't
be-
even seen it yet.
Yeah, but your family owns one now.
One of my
was
one of my
supposed to-
friends, he hit a switch that set an alarm off throughout the entire complex we were at. He was supposed to press the hot water button again, but that's a bit of a sketchy place, and the hot water button and the
Hot water for like the pool?
restart the pumps
Yeah.
and the alarm button are like right next to each other.
Kind of
So
sketchy.
security
place are
guard, so
you
security
at?
guard had to. It's an apartment complex.
Nice.
Oh.
It's like a condo.
Yeah, but that seems weird. To
It's
put those
not okay.
together.
The condo is really nice, but
The
the
electrical could
is a
use
little
bit of work,
sketchy. Yeah, that's what I meant.
The placement of buttons seems to be.
So the
not
security
very
guard had to come
planned.
over and be like, "Yeah, you pressed the wrong button."
Talk to
didn't you?"
Robert. He can rewire that shit.
True.
He's an electrician now.
But he would need to move the button entirely. He need to cut a new hole in the wall and then place the button
Yeah.
there and rewire through walling.
How was your
Yeah.
Chinese New Year stuff? Did you do anything?
We had dinner.
Oh,
Just
what'd you
chilling.
have? Anything interesting?
We got lemon chicken, beef broccoli, some sort of noodle dish that I don't remember what it's called, and general Tao chicken.
Beef broccoli sounds good.
Beef broccoli is fucking delicious.
Was it creamy at all? Was it like a soup with it, like a
Mm,
broccoli soup, like a cream of
No,
broccoli
it's
soup?
just like beef and broccoli and how it's made.
Was it like? Okay, we get it, Brad.
What?
So,
What?
Was it like peppered at all,
No.
or like covered with like sweet and sour or something? I don't know. What
No, the only thing that was sweet and sour was my general Tao chicken.
Okay.
Like the lemon chicken is kind of sweet because you like take
True.
it's chicken in like a deep, not like deep fry, but like this hard crust, whatever, and you like pour lemon sauce over it.
That actually sounds pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm talking about this because I didn't play many games, if any. Actually, that's not true. I played Legend of Runeterra. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yo, that's my game for this week.
I have
Uh,
Legend of Runeterra as well.
Talk about a
Let's
little
go,
bit.
boys.
But also, this Saturday, I play some pool with some friends for my birthday, so that was nice.
Are you gonna get at it?
I'm getting better. Yeah,
That's good.
I'm
Do
actually
you
getting
like
better.
calculate angles and like stuff like that, or are you just like fucking going at it?
Yeah, you try to, but sometimes I'm just like, fuck it, I don't care.
Pool's so much fun.
I wish there was like a marker, like in Mini Clip 8-Ball Pool, like it told you where it went, but there isn't.
Yeah, that'd be, dude. Life hacks, man. If only.
You need those glasses that like tell you everything, right?
True. Yeah.
What
Actually.
is it? What did the Google Glass call? Is it just Google Glass?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that came out a long time ago and failed.
Well,
But yeah.
Legends of Runeterra. Do we
I
want
mean-
to?
Update Resident Evil.
Yes, actually, let's do that
Yeah.
first.
Okay, so
Oh yeah, you streamed in the morning.
And the afternoon.
in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, what time in the afternoon? I didn't know
You
that.
came back on at like 1:45 or something.
Yeah,
Oh.
probably 2 o'clock. I came back.
I didn't
on.
catch like the entirety
Stream
of
like
it,
a
but I
normal
watched most
person
of
at
it.
like 9 p.m. Who watches streams at 8 a.m. in the morning,
A
bro?
I
lot of
mean,
people.
I watch streams at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, well, cater to me. All right, that's what I'm trying to tell
Don't
you.
do it.
No, I'm gonna cater.
Cater to me and
I'll
Matthew.
Well, look, I can't play in the morning this Friday, so I'll only be playing in the afternoon.
Bro, how you gonna do?
Can you
me
watch
like that?
VODs on Mixer?
I download all my VODs.
I'm tempted to watch the VOD.
I'm.
All right, tell me what happened.
I posted the first half, the morning stream of the week before last. When I first started streaming the game.
Yeah.
The entire morning stream is up on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
There you go.
So
I've
that's
got-
after you got into the castle, right?
No, that's like the beginning of the game.
Oh, okay.
That's,
Did you watch some of that too?
I've watched both of his streams. I haven't seen the
I
entirety
gotta-
of them, but I've watched both.
I have the VODs for the other the other 3 streams. I haven't done the editing yet to
Okay.
do it, but
Tell me what's happened. What has
so
transpired?
I beat chapter 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hate Ashley so
True,
much.
true, true.
Leon.
I like every time she's captured, I'm just like, please take her. I don't want
Yeah, but
her
if they
anymore.
sorry, I just bumped my mic. If they do, you lose.
I know, that's why I save her. I'm
Game
like, if
over.
Yeah.
like at this point, it's like Leon, just fucking like leave her, man. Just tell the president, like, man, I had to shoot her in the face.
Yeah.
Like she was
Shit
effective.
happens, bro.
But no, the castle part is fucking. The castle's massive.
Yeah,
I remember
Castle's
it
a
being big.
huge portion of the game.
It's like
Yeah.
like chapters 1 and 2 are all like in the village and stuff. Chapters 3 and 4 like the castle and like the surrounding areas, like the underneath and all that. I'm just like,
Mhm.
this place is freaking massive. And thank God I could finally kill that kid at the end.
Oh, Lord Farquaad.
That was so like
Did you-
enjoyable.
At the end of Castle Chapter 4, what's the boss? Which boss do you fight?
The kid.
Oh, okay. So you
Where
haven't.
he's consumed by that thing and like,
Salazar,
Right.
the little
oh my
like
God.
midget dude.
Yo, that fight was scary when I was a child. I
Yeah.
remember it was a creepy ass fight.
Yeah, that was terrifying when I first played that fight.
I used an RPG and he died.
Yeah, the RPG is like the quick way to deal with bosses in this game.
Well, I want everything else, and I had only RPG left. I was like, well, it's RPG time.
Yep.
So like,
I got so frustrated watching this guy play.
why? Because of the rifle stuff.
This guy has only a pistol and a shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
He refused to buy the rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And then the entire time he's selling TMP ammo and rifle ammo every time he goes to the
Okay.
salesman. Every time because he doesn't have those guns.
Yeah.
And then he complains that there's no ammo in the game. And I'm like, bro, buy a rifle. And this guy finally bought a rifle after like 20 times of me spamming in his damn chat. And then he started popping off with it.
I only didn't buy
He's
a
one
rifle.
shot in people.
I didn't buy a rifle for so long because you're getting so tilted over it.
Yeah, but you're
I
like, yo,
lo-
where's the ammo? I'm like,
I
bro, you keep selling
loved
the
it.
ammo.
Oh, it was so good. Don't tell.
And you're gonna thank me for buying that I got you to buy the rifle later on. You know what I'm talking about. There's a certain part where the rifle is very handy.
Why is it ringing bells in my head?
If you
I-
don't
I
know, I'll
don't-
tell
I
you
don't know.
after. I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
spoil
okay,
it,
okay.
but
Yeah, now
you're
I'm on,
welcome.
I guess I think the final chapter 5. I hope to beat it Friday, because I want to play a new game.
Oh, and he didn't want to tell us, but he by accident gave a hint. It's either a remake or a port
How do you know that?
because he said it's new. He's like, it's a new game to the PC.
Oh, okay.
But
Which
it's,
means that
it's neither of those.
Oh, true.
Either that or you just
Just
talk
changed his
weird.
mind?
Yeah, or
It's,
he's just.
it's a new game that came out on PC.
It's,
Oh,
it's
true.
not a new game.
Yeah, it is a new game.
I don't believe you.
It is a new
The way
game.
you said, you're like, it's a new game to PC. I was like,
I mean, like, I could just say it now, reveal it now.
are you going to?
It's up to you.
I mean, I feel like it.
Give me a hint. Give me a hint. I like guessing.
But a vague one.
A very vague one.
Yeah. Something where I have to actually use my small brain to figure it out.
Wow.
Wow, you did.
Let's see.
I did.
It is a game.
Nice.
Thanks for the hint, dude. I was thinking it was a movie.
Oh my god. There's
Actually, I would have crossed some games off the list.
True. Walking
it is
Dead, Metal Gear Solid
it's,
4.
It's inspired by a popular franchise.
There's so many popular franchises. GG. Good hint.
Is
Not
it
really.
actually a new game or is it new to PC?
It's a new game.
2019 release date. Or early 2020.
Yes and no.
So it's a remake or a port. This guy's such a... Nick, you're the worst.
No, that's
What's a popular franchise that has influenced other games? I mean, that's so many. Like, GoldenEye influenced FPSs, Halo influenced FPSs, COD.
no. I can't.
He
pl-
can't stream because it has
I-
to be a PC game. He doesn't have a capture card. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd have to get some
it's
sort of capture card.
got to
stuff
be a
to do
game on the
that.
PC. But that was a good guess. Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, I won't bore everyone by sitting here thinking because I'm probably not going to come up with it. So,
It's Temtem.
holy crap, this guy's
What's
played-
Temtem?
You don't know what Temtem is?
Nope.
It's like that new like MMO Pokemon game, like Pokemon inspired game.
heard about
Yeah.
it. Okay, cool. It's
It's
free,
in-
isn't it?
It's free to play right now. I
No,
believe.
it's not.
Oh,
To get in the beta, it's not free.
It's early access.
Oh, okay. So yeah, don't listen to me. It's definitely not free. It's
It's
in
like
early access.
30
okay.
something
I was thinking
dollars.
it was the beta.
No.
Yeah, so many streamers have been like
It's an
trying it
RPG?
out. Yeah, it's like it's Pokemon, but just they're called Temtems.
you ever played Pokemon Creator?
Yes.
Wasn't that sick?
It was okay.
So like a
Yeah, it
mod?
was okay. It wasn't terrible.
Like, I don't remember much of it, but like I know it was okay. But like I don't know. I bought it when it released.
You were tempted,
Yes.
so you got it.
So I got it, but I didn't play it right away because I'm just like, no, it's an online game. I'm gonna chill, wait for the server issues to pass.
Yeah, they
by.
were. Although credit to the developers, they busted their ass off to get
Yeah.
stuff back online from what I see because it was like a dumpster fire because everyone was trying to play.
So
which
yeah,
usually what happens.
I don't think I'm gonna be doing anything Friday evening. I'll have most of Friday evening to myself so I can finish Resident Evil 5. Sorry, Resident Evil 4, like mid afternoon. Hopefully I'm back home by like noon.
Okay.
So I'll be gone in
Dope.
the morning. Then I'll just pop on stream and beat Resident Evil 4. Sorry. Then I'll start up Temtem.
Dope.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. There you go. He's starting at noon, so you can get up and watch.
Noon to 1.
He's
I
accommodating
mean,
you.
I bought you that. Actually, no. Santa got the alarm clock.
True.
I haven't taken out his packaging yet.
I figured.
Still have batteries.
So just buy batteries. You live beside a mall.
Yeah, I could, but
You go to the gym. Right across from the gym is a Shoppers.
true. I have to like
Shoppers
add
has
it to a
batteries.
list of things I want to do, so I do it. You know.
Like your list of 100 things you want to do. Okay, anyways, big game of the week that came out in open beta.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it. Am I saying
Oh
it?
yeah.
Legends.
Oh, I'm
Rune-
totally lost. I thought you were still talking about Temtem.
Of Runeterra.
My bad.
That
And
just
Dude, that was so smooth.
he's a
You
tired
did it,
one.
Nick. Don't leave me
Okay.
hanging. Nick, we're on camera. This is embarrassing.
I'm thinking
I
about.
didn't see your fist. Like I was like,
Don't embarrass me on camera,
Dude,
Nick.
I'm shook. I'm still thinking about the batteries.
Holy God.
So, Legends of Runeterra, a Riot developed game, came out in open beta on January 24th, the same day the LEC started.
I want the
go
LEC
Yep.
back tonight.
All right, no more copyright issues, please.
Yes.
We've been copyrighted.
I'll get our
on
audio
YouTube.
claimed.
Wow, that's such a. You think I sang that well?
My-
Thanks.
Yeah, of course, dude.
The biggest thing I noticed this game is that like the animations and art of the cards are just phenomenal.
It's very much like
Gorgeous.
Hearthstone. It's beautiful to look at and watching the animations of like,
Gorgeous.
especially when the champions, which we can go into more detail of, but when they like level up
Evolve.
or
Level
evolve,
up. No,
whatever.
it's
Like
called level up.
Darius, when he changes, he's like his E like comes at the screen and pulls you. Like stuff like that it's visually amazing. Yeah, I guess you start with your
Yeah.
experience with it.
I wanna
and
hear-
I'll just
I wanna
kinda,
hear what you
like,
wanna
chain off
have to say.
that.
I played mainly the tutorial games.
Okay.
Did you do all of them
Not yet, no.
Okay.
I did most of them, and I played one online game, and I won. I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
against a person?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hell yeah.
I made my own deck. I was like, I want to make a deck and see how this plays out. But I'm pretty sure I made it like very similar to one of the base decks they gave you. I just didn't realize I did. But
Well, I mean, at the start, you only have a select amount of
Yeah.
cards, so it's not like you can be
So-
that creative yet.
it was weird. Like the guy had like all like his 1 and 2 mana cost cards to play at the beginning, and I had like 3, 4, and 5 in my hand. And I'm like, well, I just need to survive the first few rounds, and I'll be fine.
And then drop the boss monsters.
And I did, and I won because only champion I played the entire match was Lux, and I buffed her to like an 11/11 like minion.
Jeez.
It's like, okay, this
Ugh.
fucking works.
When you play card games, Do you like to have like a big creature that does cool things? Are you a combo player? Are you like what's your style? Like
Depends
what do
on
you love to do?
depends what I'm going for.
Yeah, like what do you like to go
Back
for?
in Hearthstone, I really loved Miracle Rogue.
Okay.
That was like my jam.
Okay,
That
fair
was
enough.
so much fun.
Yeah.
I remember you playing that.
Yeah, I kill everybody with that. Was so good.
Fuck Miracle Rogue.
Yeah, I hated that deck so much.
And when you played that, when you got like very late, if you got to late game, to the point where like you play that dragon legendary that added like +4 to your spell attack.
True.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Was that Ysera?
Sarah, yeah.
I don't remember who it was, but
I
like,
remember
it was
that
fun.
spell that made your next spell free, and then they play sprint or whatever and get set and draw like 4 more cards.
With Goblin Auctioneer too.
God, get me out, bro.
It was so good.
It's like watching like when I played Yu-Gi-Oh, and some of the decks they just like they keep going, and it's like, all right, let me just go like make some freaking food. I'll come back in 5 minutes when your turn's over. Like, Jesus.
It was so good.
There
playing
was
that.
some like creativity to the deck. I'll give it that, but yeah, I did not enjoy it. Although I will say I hated Handlock more.
Really? Handlock
Oh.
was amazing. I love control.
Yeah,
Like,
but I
heavy
hated not
control.
having control when they take it from you.
True.
But depends. Like I like the Miracle Rogue like combo style. I like having like the big massive creature.
That's
to
my
be-
style.
boom. I love that in Legends of Runeterra there's a ability or a card effect called Overwhelm, which like
Yeah.
whatever damage excess you deal to the target creature goes towards the nexus damage, and like
Mhm.
that's fun. That's
Yeah, it's
cool.
like piercing damage in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, interesting. I think it's called Trample in Magic.
Trample?
And then
yeah.
Hearthstone has nothing.
Yep.
Hearthstone's
That's
dumb.
RNG. That's what Hearthstone has.
Well, Hearthstone you could attack the face right away,
True.
right? So
Yeah. True.
But Legends of Runeterra, like from my early experience, just seems like it could be a very fun card game.
Did you play any of the Expedition game mode?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you're gonna get a token soon, so you'll be able to experience it
Okay.
when you finish the tutorial.
So what are the expeditions? I saw them, but I didn't actually click them.
So you can play expeditions by spending 3,000 shards or an expedition token.
Okay, the shards are like their premium or not premium currency. Like
No,
the
they're the
in-game
soft currency.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And it's like a draft mode. It's like Arena from Hearthstone.
So you draft and then you go up and play against other
yep.
people.
The first thing you
Okay.
do is you draft 2 champions.
Okay.
But besides just drafting 2 champions, it'll give you 3 options, and in each option there will be at the top there'll be a champion, and below them there'll be 2 cards that you can draft. So you pick 3 in total.
Okay.
And you pick 15 times. And you build a deck of about 40 cards. I don't know. I should know exactly how many it is, but I don't know. Anyways, it's cool. It's not drafting individually like an Arena and Hearthstone was, like every 1 card at a time. It gives you like packages,
Yeah.
and then once you pick a champion or a region, you'll get synergies. Like you'll get Frostbite, or you'll get Recall or Ephemeral, or all the other keywords in the game.
Yeah.
So you can build. So it's really cool. You can actually try to build synergies.
That
That's cool.
that frostbite card, whatever it is, that's from the Failure, where you make your like a creature's attack with 0, and the other card where like you play it, and any creature has like a 0 attack modifier, like
Mhm.
damage just gets destroyed.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was fun to play.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool combos.
Yeah. So I played, and 1 token gets you 2 trials. And 1 trial is 7 wins. Is the max, and you can lose a lot of times, but if you lose twice in a row, you're out. However, if you lose once and then you win, you're back at 0 wins. So it's 2 losses. It's like double a limb forever.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a pretty cool way of doing it.
I had a sick deck on my first trial, and I got top decked like 4 games in a row to lose. So I went 3 wins,
Oh,
and then on my second trial I had 7 wins. So that was
Yeah.
nice.
all right.
That was nice. And the rewards were pretty good. I got like 2,000 shards in total, a bunch of wild cards and card unlocks and stuff like that. So that was nice.
Did you want something, Ethan? Nevin, I tried.
It costs too much money. That's a problem with Magic.
I'm too
Arena.
lazy to learn.
It's not any different than any other card games. It's more intricate than, or it's more in depth
Yeah.
than Hearthstone or this game, but it just costs money to play.
If I'm ever gonna get back into a physical card game, I'm just gonna start playing Yu-Gi-Oh again
Mm.
because I've invested so much time into that.
Yep.
And I know there's a Magic Online game, but like I'm just more connected to the League of Legends
I mean,
universe.
you can
so-
technically play Magic for free online. It's just such
Yeah,
a grind. To
but
get what
I'd
you
rather
want.
just play like
Yep.
Runeterra or something because I'm more connected to that universe than Magic. So I'm sorry, Nevin. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
I'm not sorry.
How about you?
I'm
Tell me
really enjoying the game.
a little
I'm
bit.
by no means a card game, genius. Like I'm usually I net deck a lot of times.
Try not to.
I'm gonna try not to for this one.
Yeah, no,
like-
just for the sake. I'm not even saying just because like I want you to, because it just helps you like learn the game.
Yeah,
You know?
because what I always would do with Yu-Gi-Oh when I'd play is I would net deck a base and then I would start changing and putting my own flair in
Sure.
with a
Wh-
base,
which is also a cool. Way
which
to
is
do
a
it.
good way of doing it. But in Hearthstone, and I did that a little bit in Hearthstone, although in Hearthstone it was more because I didn't have the cards. I did it
Yeah.
because like a lot of the decks were like super expensive to make. But yeah, I'm gonna try and build my own decks and figure out some things for at least for a little bit before there's
Mhm.
like a super
Like
hard
a meta or something.
Yeah, because I feel like right now is probably the best time to experiment with
Exactly.
stuff without getting stomped by meta decks. But yeah, the game's like a lot of fun, and I really like the pacing to it. Like, it's not just okay, you have your turn, I have my turn. There's like you're playing on every turn, and it's just passing priority. And
Yeah.
there's like, it's essentially like there's no like my turn and your turn. There's just I can attack while you can defend, and then
Mhm.
you can like one player gets the offensive. But like every time you like, even if you're the attacking guy and you play a card, I can then play a card
Yep.
to
You
set
get
up
to
on my
respond,
bench
uh-huh.
to respond. And I really like that because it feels like you're always playing the game.
What do you think about that?
It reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh in a sense, because like in Yu-Gi-Oh have like your main, your draw, main, battle, second main, whatever, right?
Mhm.
And this it's like round, depending on who goes first, like whoever has the first attack token,
Yep.
goes like attacks first, right? So, excuse me, it's like round starts, person attack token plays a card, and then person who doesn't have it plays their card, and then the person who has the attack token can play a card for battle, and then this second person second plays a block
Yeah,
or takes
exactly.
it,
Yeah.
right? And then after battle phase it goes to another like play phase,
Mhm.
or you can like play another card to have it set up for next turn or whatever, or you save that mana to go to
Yeah.
your spell mana.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only difference in Yu-Gi-Oh though is that you can't play monsters on another person's turn
Yeah.
unless they have like effects, like obviously Battle Fader, Effect Veiler, and stuff like that. But this is
Yeah.
cool that you can like set up your board for your attack turn on your defense, and you can't just
Mhm.
like drop it. Like you play one card and that's your move, and then priority goes back over to your opponent. But I just like that back and forth. And like Nick said, the whole spell mana thing is really cool. Where if you finish a
Yep.
turn and you have unspent mana, it goes into a reserve
I
of
like that,
spell
yeah.
mana, which can be stored up to 3. So you basically essentially have 3 extra mana on your next turn, but only spells tap into that. Monsters and stuff still just tap into your normal mana. But I like that because you can save up for bigger plays. If you want to combo a couple spells in one turn, which I ended up doing in my first game online to win my game, was I relied on having the spell mana. So I'm liking that. I like a lot of the mechanics that the cards have, like Nick mentioned, Overwhelm, which is the piercing one. There's the quick attack one
Yeah.
where if you're the one attacking, the
Mhm.
blocker doesn't do damage to your character, which I think is really
I
Really
think that's
cool.
called First Strike in Magic. Might be wrong.
is that for
There's an equivalent
yeah.
though in Magic.
So I like that. You even have some monster or some. I'm gonna keep saying monsters because Yu-Gi-Oh, but some cards where they can't block. So
Yeah.
they'll be higher stats for lower mana, but you can't use them on defense. They can only be used offensively. Challenge or Challenger,
That one's a sick
which
one.
is where you pick what blocks you.
Thresh has that. It looks
Yeah,
so cool.
Thresh has that, and there's other cards that have that, which is really cool. There's one that's like Fearsome, so only level 3 or higher cards can block because they're
3
like,
attack power.
is it 3 attack
That's
power
what
or
it's called. No, there's no levels in the game.
the cost?
No, it's just attack power.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought it had to be a
No,
3 cost
Nope.
minion or higher.
Fearsome is attack power.
Attack power, okay. So just like you can play a lot of like low level Fearsome stuff, and then they may not have any cards that can block yet because they might only have lower attack power stuff.
There's a 1/1 Poro that's
Yeah, with
fearsome.
Fearsome, I love it.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, that's crazy.
I love the Poros.
Yeah.
Yeah, the portals are awesome, but just stuff like that's really cool. So I'm enjoying learning all the new mechanics and seeing some of the similarities to Hearthstone, but definitely it has a lot of fresh stuff, and just the pacing of the turns is a lot different. And I really, really am enjoying the unlock system so far. I'm super
So good.
early into it, so obviously I don't know, the longevity of
Such a
like,
great way to do it.
am I going to get all the cards too fast and have nothing to grind for?
Yep.
Although I don't really care about that because if I have all the cards, I can just keep playing the game and having fun. But you start off the game, you get to play like those prologues that Nick was talking about, which are just like pre-set up things teaching you all the different mechanics from the different regions. So you do those, and you have this like prologue level system, and as you finish those and get XP, you level up, and there's 11 different unlocks, and you get like wild cards which can be claimed. So if you get like a blue wild card, you can make any blue card you want. You'll get other cards, you'll get packs, just stuff like that as you get XP.
No packs. You mean
And-
chests? Probably.
Well, there was like champion packs or bundles or
You get
something like that.
little
Okay.
packs that
True.
put
So
Yeah.
maybe there are
stuff.
packs. You just can't buy packs.
Yeah, they're just called like bundles, but it's just giving you cards. And then when you unlock that, you get to align with one of the regions, which I think we talked about as a feature when
Yeah.
they first showed the game. And you get to pick a region, and then each region has 20 tiers of unlocks.
Yeah.
So if you're aligned with that region, any XP you get, whether it's from the daily quests or just from completing games, will be counted towards that region, and then you'll unlock that region's themed cards through the unlocks, which are going to be in like bundles, and then you'll get like higher to like big chests and stuff. And then they have the vault, which is the
Yep.
amount of XP earned in a week keeps
I
upgrading
wanna
your
get that
vault
big vault at the end of the week.
with like the fat chest. It resets tomorrow too, so if you're going to be grind tonight, I might go on a little bit and just do some dailies. So
That's how I'm gonna play a game. I think I'm probably just gonna finish dailies every day.
yeah, and some of them are like pretty rewarding.
Yep.
Like one of them was like 500 XP, which is a crap ton. Like you level up your vault with 1,000. So
Mhm.
like one quest gave me half of a level in my vault. So it feels good. I don't know. I guess you haven't gotten to the aligning yet, right? Because you said you were still
So you get that after finish all
after getting all the 11 prologue unlocks.
Oh, so
the
you do it?
rewards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see if you do it. I
Do
don't
you know who you want to align with yet?
Which region cards you want? Because you'll unlock
Yeah.
your
And you
okay.
could switch at any time.
Yeah. I already have ideas for decks that I have in mind, so I
Okay.
picked Demacia.
You went Demacia? I was tempted, but I went Failure first.
Okay, for
Just
Ash
'cause-
Braum kind of thing.
Yeah,
And?
and I really liked Frost Mage in Hearthstone.
Haha.
And when I was doing the tutorials and you had like the frost cards and stuff, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this. So I'm gonna dip into that for a little bit. And
can you like preview the deck before picking it?
What do you mean?
you can preview
Yeah.
all the cards that each set has.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can't. So you don't pick a deck. You pick a region, and then you
Yeah.
unlock cards.
start
from that
unlocking
region.
But,
cards
like,
from the
can
region.
can I preview those cards
Yeah.
before picking a
in collections, you can click Show Unowned.
Okay.
But you won't get to tell what cards come out of the chest.
Yeah.
and
No,
stuff.
but I want like
To see like what cards you could possibly
potentially
get.
get before picking a region.
Yeah, it'll show you all the cards. I also did like Noxus a lot when I was doing the
Yeah,
tutorials.
all the regions are really cool. I
Yeah,
think.
like a lot of the themes that the Noxus stuff had, I was really enjoying. And actually, the way I won my online game was what's the card? I don't think it's Darius. I think it was just a normal. I think it was like an 8/8 beater, but it turned all the cards in your hand into decimate spells,
Oh,
which is deal 4 damage to your opponent's nexus.
okay.
And me and this guy were going back and forth, and I had his nexus down to, what did I have it down to? I had it down to 7.
And you just played 2.
And I had 3 cards in my hand. One of them was already a decimate, but then I played this 8/8, and I had three decimates in hand. And he, like, I was running out of cards, and he was starting to get a bit of control, and I'd almost killed him. And so then I finished my turn because the 8/8 costs, like, I think it costs 8 mana, so that was my turn. But I had spell mana saved up, and then the next turn I played double decimate, but I did the first one, brought him down to 3, and then I did the second one, and he chained his spell to it because it was the same spell speed that healed for 2. And I didn't realize you could just heal your nexus.
Yeah.
Like, it was heal a target, and the nexus counts as a target. So then he had 1 HP, and I was emoting him the whole time
You're savage.
as I did the first decimate, and then I was spamming the
You're one of
emotes.
those guys.
And then when I did the second one, I did that in Hearthstone. And then the second one, I did it, and I did like the Poro laughing,
Yeah.
and then he healed, and then I did the sad emote, the one where Jinx is like super sad or whatever. And then, but I knew I had a third one in my hand, so when I passed turn to him, and then his first play, he played something, and then my return was just to play my third decimate, and I beat him, and then I did the happy emote again, and then he did the sad one. I was like, yes, that guy hates me so much, but yeah, I've been having a blast, and it just kind of
Fun
feels
game.
like getting back into Hearthstone where it's just everything's fresh, and me just like, we've been playing League for so long. It's so nice, just like
it's here.
seeing
It's
the
cool to hear the
champions.
quips between cards sometimes.
yeah,
Like if you have Draven's biggest fan and Draven on at the same time, be like, Draven, you're finally here.
yeah,
And if you have Elise and there's a card called Hapless Aristocrat, the Hapless Aristocrat will be like, I have connections. Don't kill me, please.
oh yeah. Which one's I'm trying to think of which one the aristocrat is. Is he the?
He's the 1/1 that summons a spiderling when he dies.
Yeah, okay, yeah, the one with what's the ability called?
Last breath.
Last Breath, which is essentially just Death,
Death
Rattle.
Rattle, yeah.
Yeah. But also the spider deck's really cool.
Yeah.
With like swarming with spiderlings, and you have cards to buff it. It reminded me of Pally with the recruits.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could go on and on, but I'm just really loving the mechanics, and the unlock system seems very friendly so far. And I'm gonna keep playing and grinding out. And
Can I throw in an early criticism?
of course.
Okay. I think the game is a little shallow at the moment. I don't have all the cards. I don't know. I haven't played with all the decks, the archetypes.
Yeah.
So,
Mind,
take it with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
mind you, is like also you saying that it is open beta.
Yeah.
It is in the early stage of the game. The game can change
So
several
much.
times
Yeah,
from
yeah.
now to whenever the release
true.
might be, in like
Very true.
later this year or whatever.
Yeah.
For me, I find that the best way to win is just play good bodies on curve. Don't worry about. Basically, just play big bodies on curve.
Mm-hmm.
Spells and trying to combo cool effects and stuff, and
Just
trying to
seems
level
like
up,
not as efficient.
champions, and not as
Yeah.
efficient. Because the game's it's really really tempo based. I think.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of feeling. I felt like I was always wanting to make sure I had a body to put on every turn.
So if on turn 1 you're playing like a 3/2 somehow,
you can. There's one that's can't block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you play like. That's why I want to make an elite deck for ranked. Because I think
What do you mean an elite deck?
there's an archetype in Demacia called Elite. That's why I picked Demacia. And I have an idea for an elite deck that is very zooey, has almost no spells, but you play all these little bodies and they buff each other up significantly, and you're always playing big, good bodies on turn that buff other bodies.
And there's that one card that's like a 2/2, but it gains a 1/1 for every other body on the field.
Yeah, stuff like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Stuff
Like
like
it
that.
can buff
So
itself quite a bit. Yeah.
I find that's a good way to win, especially when you're
Um,
drafting.
Yeah.
It's very also similar to like if you ever drafted Magic,
Haven't.
bread. It's like card
Like the
game
mood,
drafting.
like the food. I mean,
Yeah,
It's like the
kinda-
mood?
Yeah, like the fruit. So
Yo,
it's
you ever just feel bread, dude?
so it's an acronym for it stands for like. So in card games, there's a thing called in card games that have draft modes. There's a thing called bread. It's
Okay.
like you pick an order of
You
this.
should stop laughing.
What do you mean by mood?
He just misspoke. So we're making fun of him. He meant to say
Oh,
food, but he said
I
mood.
didn't-
I'm like, I hate when I feel
Nick's
bread,
just
dude.
dumb.
Feeling bread's the worst.
I didn't mean that, Nick. I'm sorry.
Just every
Anyways,
time I'm done laughing, this guy giggles and I start laughing again.
so there's like
Sorry.
your first card are your bombs.
Yeah.
Like which are like amazing cards. So you have to pick like over everything.
Hmm.
Then second is like removal. E stands for something else. A stands for something else, and D is duds.
You seem to really know this stuff, eh?
Basically, all you need to care about is bombs and removal.
So where do we get bread from?
Yeah, BREAD.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
So
what a mood.
so you just when you draft, just pick bombs and just pick efficient removal.
Okay. Oh, I see what you're. Yeah,
And then
gotcha.
E and A is like everything else, and A is like if you must or something. I don't know. And then D is duds. That's the
Fair.
order of the draft.
Alright.
Like the bed mass of
Yeah.
drafting.
But I hope it doesn't just come down to like playing big bodies on turn, because this game has
Yeah.
room for like.
Well, and I'm sure they can make changes if they feel like the meta. Like the developers have
See,
been very.
that's how I felt
open.
when Hearthstone came out. I'm like, yo, this is a cool base to a game.
Yeah.
Hopefully they take it into a slightly more complicated direction.
Yeah.
But instead they
I mean, I want to, like I say this every time, but like hopefully, the developers have seemed very open about like, faults of other card games and how they want to be
True.
different.
Yeah.
And at this point, like all we can really do to, I guess, have an effect on it is to voice yourself in like threads or something, or if they have in-game polls where they ask for feedback, because League does that sometimes, and just hope that, this game is good and not.
If they come out with a 4-mana 4/3 that summons a 2-mana card when it dies, I'm raging.
What card was that
I'm
again?
putting Pilot Shredder.
Oh yeah, dude, Shredder was busted in Freeze Mage, and just like everything, because he could summon like a 3/2 with freaking shield, and
Just dumb
Yeah.
RNG with Lucid, dumbest.
I don't think there's been very many RNG cards that I've seen.
No, which I like.
Most of them have been like, this is
no
what I
knife
do.
juggler, no magic missiles.
Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
forgot
been
about
like-
Knife Juggler.
This is what I do. I summon this, or I will do this damage. Like it seems to be very like
Yeah.
particular wording, so that
No
gives me hope.
Ragnaros.
Yeah, Rag was sick though.
Ragnaros.
Before we move on, you mentioned champions. We didn't really talk about them like
sure, yeah, I'll do
fully.
a little really quickly.
So champions are like some of the boss cards. Not all of them are really strong though. Some of them are lower.
No, like
but
Elise. Elise is
Elise is a 2.
mana.
Zed is a 3/3/2.
Yep.
So they're like obviously based off the champion, and their abilities usually have something to do with the champion. For instance, when Zed attacks, he makes a shadow that also attacks, but it has
his stats.
his stats. But what's the ethereal? I think it is
Ephemeral.
Is it ephemeral?
Yeah.
Where they die at the end of the turn. Also, I did a thing where what was I can't remember what card it was, but I had a Zed, and then I made 2 more copies of a card I had.
With the exact same copies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I summoned 3 Zeds and attacked, and it made 3 shadows, and I was like, yo, that's the sickest thing. Like, I was so proud of doing
There's
that.
a card called Deathmark, and it takes ephemeral off one of your cards and puts it onto an enemy's unit.
That's so sick, and that's like playing off of Zed's like.
I got clapped by that in arena.
That's so cool.
In expeditions, I was like,
So you got
oh
like cards
my
that are based
God.
off of like champions moves, and then you have these champions that like their effects will be sort of like that. And Zed also has quick attack, which is really nice. But basically, they'll have like this quest or challenge that you need to complete, and if you do that, they level up,
Mhm.
and their stats will increase. And they
Yep.
do any of them ever gain new effects, or is it just
No, some of them do. Yeah.
Some of them do. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought so.
Like effects of like the overwhelm stuff, or like
Yeah. Do they ever get? New
They get sometimes they get keywords, sometimes they get even different like
Yeah.
just card text. So yeah.
So it's really cool. Like for example, Zed, to level him up, him and or his shadow have to hit the enemy nexus twice, and then he'll level up. He turns into a 4/3. I'm trying to think. There was Braum, who's
The
an
change-
05.
I'll
If
tell
he
you-
takes 10 he has regeneration, so he heals all of his health back at the end of the turn.
Mhm.
And if he takes a total of 10 damage, he levels up.
Yep.
I can't remember what Garen's was. I think Garen's
Attack twice. He also has regenerate.
Yeah,
If he strikes twice, he levels up.
that's what it is.
and
And it just
then
you just it's
He
like a-
rallies every turn once he's leveled up.
Yeah,
which means
that's
you get
right.
an
So he
attack
does.
token.
Yeah, so he gets a new thing. So it's just stuff like that, which is like a cool interaction where you've got like this like mini quest that you're trying to like
Mhm.
level up this guy and play around this
Garen's a
card's
good champion.
quest.
He's a good
He-
body on curve, and he has a sick effect.
Yeah, and flat 5/5 Garen's really
Yeah.
good. So I find that extra layer to the gameplay a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to be trying to figure out which champions
Mhm.
I enjoy the most.
Also, play what you like. Play what you have fun with playing.
Yeah.
Don't
I
necessarily.
want to
play
make a
the-
Lucian deck just because Lucian's my favorite
Yeah.
champ.
Yeah, do it.
I really like Lux right now because when you get Final Spark after leveling her up, it has Overwhelm on Final Spark. So like if you kill
Wait, does?
It
Oh,
does.
true. I didn't even know that.
realize.
No, I had no
at
idea.
first, I hit it. I kill an enemy, and
Is
then
Final
also
Spark like a spell?
yeah, once you spend 6 or more like mana and spells, you get Final Spark, which costs 0, by the way.
Okay.
So you can cast it almost right away. And you can do, I think it's 4 damage. And,
think so, yeah.
And whatever damage goes over goes to next. I'm fairly certain it
That's
does.
sick. That's really cool.
But champions are cool.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was like a really cool mechanic that they add just extra layers to the
Played
game.
against a Teemo deck.
Get
Kill me
shrooms,
now.
right?
Oh my god, I hate that deck.
Get
I
shrooms?
beat him, but
Yeah.
I hate it so much.
At least he can't giggle.
True.
Does he giggle when he spawns? Like when you summon
I
him?
can't remember.
That's an insta mute. Get out of here. Yeah, I guess for me, early thoughts, I'm really enjoying it. And I'm gonna
And they
keep
can add so
playing.
many more champions, so many more. There's so much. There's room for this
Yeah.
game to go into a lot of different places.
What did you write?
We'll see what happens.
Before I move on from League of Legends Runeterra, 2 things.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Brad,
Yes.
this is for Andre.
Oops. Oh,
You're a
God.
dirty. Tell this loser all I can do is top deck fireball. So you're a loser. All I do is top deck fireball. You're an RNG scrub. Brad is that kid that got Exodia and yelled at you in dollies.
That happened to Ethan. Yeah, this kid got Exodia against Ethan. He like stood
I
up
would,
and he's
dude.
like,
If I got
"Oh,
Exodia,
blue to red."
hell yeah, I would do the whole thing.
I felt so.
Worth though. Honestly, worth.
Who said I'm like Exodia? Or I'm like somebody who gets Exodia? Who said that? Andre. As well?
Andre.
Have you ever heard the fireball story?
Yeah, because Andre tells it all the time.
Okay. It's
And-
it's a good story.
and-
Andre just sucks. That's the moral
I
of the
will
story.
fight you fucks in the Legends of Runeterra tonight if I don't fall asleep first.
Yeah, I'm down to
I
play
have to
it.
build a deck
Let's
first.
yeah,
but
let's make some funny decks. And
Yeah.
Let's just fool around and
Okay.
shit.
I'm down.
Well, we can move on now.
Okay.
Cool. Let's do it.
Andre, you suck. Imagine not having good RNG, dude.
Imagine playing Destiny 2 for your life and there be no
Hey,
content.
hey. Destiny 2's sick.
There's content there, bro.
Nick, you literally signed in last week and spent $50 on their Eververse. Why are you bashing the game? You're feeding them money. This guy, I told him, I was like, yo, Nick, there's a new there's like a limited event puzzle that happened last week and it ends tomorrow. And there's lore books which are in the game that you can unlock. And it has like a whole bunch of, you can find it online, but it's like in the game it has a lot of lore you can read. And Nick and myself, but Nick mostly is very big on making sure he's got like the lore collection. If he's going to do anything in Destiny, he wants to make sure he's got the lore. So I told him, I was like, hey, this event's ending. I don't know if you know about it, but you should get the lore. And he's like, no, I don't feel like playing. But literally, like, he's like, I'm not in a Destiny
Okay,
mood. But a
I
week ago,
just-
this guy spent $50 on Destiny.
More
He
than a
literally
week
logged
ago.
in.
More than a week ago.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, he logged in, bought a bunch of emotes, and like sparrows or whatever, and then just
Yeah.
logged out and doesn't play the game. I'm like, what?
No, the reason why I did the quarter time like stuff was like, why would I rush to get a lore book that's like only available for 2 weeks? It's kind of dumb.
Yeah, but
I see.
like
Okay.
I I
Out
I,
of principle, huh?
I
Not
agree
frivolous,
with
just, like,
you.
I just don't want to like force myself to get something that's gonna be gone.
And
Like
be
I just don't. I'm not gonna put myself in that position where like, oh, I'm gonna miss out on it. I don't care for that FOMO bullshit. I don't believe in that.
Yeah,
So
I can,
like,
Yeah.
I can
if I miss it, I
understand
miss
that.
it. It's whatever.
I agree with you on the fact that I don't like the Destiny is like removing the stuff with like or Bungie's removing the stuff from Destiny as like the seasonal activities. I don't ever like removing content. But the fact that you're like you put $50 in, you're like I don't want to play Destiny. I'm like what?
I just don't like. I don't have the extra
Mm.
play 'cause, like there's I just don't want
No,
to
I
do any of the
know,
stuff right now.
It more just made me chuckle than anything. How do we even get onto that?
Fuck, I don't know. Anyways, move on.
Okay, back to news.
Pop that
Um,
fireball.
Damn right, dude. Best way to play. I guess we'll start with Universal Studios is bringing Super Nintendo World to North America. Sadly, not in Canada, obviously.
Well, because Universal Studios is there's one in California and there's one in Florida.
Yeah.
Orlando.
Thankfully, not in Canada.
Why? You don't want to go, dude? The Super Mario World that they're releasing in Japan this summer looks sick.
Actually, I'm just
It's
being.
supposed to launch alongside the Tokyo Olympics, so
Yeah, it's got freaking like Mario Kart ride, a Yoshi
Okay,
ride.
if it has like sick ass technology, I'm down. But if it's just like
get, like-
rides dressed up as Mario,
you
that's
get like an app or a wristband that like tracks like your points or whatever.
see that's
Think of the
kind of
merch,
cool.
dude.
I
Think
could,
of the
I could
merch.
make a day out of.
Think of the merch.
Yeah,
the
see,
merch-
merch doesn't do anything.
Oh
for
my
me.
god, I'm such like a materialistic person.
don't
I just
care
want
about
merch.
But yeah,
Give me-
hopefully this park goes to Universal Studios Orlando because that park fucking sucks.
It's
Other than-
going to a new park.
What's the brand new location?
So Universal Studios is making a Epic Universe theme park that is going to be in
oh,
Orlando.
thank God it's in Orlando.
And it's coming out in 2023, and this Super Nintendo World will be part of
Part
this.
of it. What are the other parts? Any?
No, but,
There's
like-
very limited details on
But
it
like
that I could
for
find.
Universal Studios, there's two parks in Universal Studios. There's like Adventure Island and something else. I can't remember what the other one is, but like
Okay.
you can buy tickets to either or both at the same time. But the best part about the Universal Park or parks is the Harry Potter stuff.
And everything else.
That
sucks?
stuff's relatively new still, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like everything else just like compared to Harry Potter stuff, everything else just sucks.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Well, they're getting something new, so
Hopefully this new
So-
park, it's very ambitious. It's gonna have like hotels, like you can look it up. It has like a whole bunch
Yeah,
of stuff
I'm
that's
sure
like
it
it's
will.
like a whole resort
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
like
I'm sure
in
it
the
will
park.
be. If
But-
they have Halo, and they have like VR
Dude,
experiences,
I hope there's like more video game related stuff. That'd be like a whole like
But
count me slightly intrigued if they
Yeah.
have stuff like that.
I definitely would be interested in making a trip to Orlando.
well, I'm going to the Star Wars theme park.
that also
in
looks freaking
fucking
awesome. I've
Hollywood
seen a lot of that.
Studios this summer.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I've been seeing like so much about it, and I'm like, holy crap,
I'm
this looks so
I'm
good.
completely media blackout on all that stuff 'cause I don't want to see anything.
You want
That's
everything to
cool,
just
weird.
be like a
Yeah.
brand new.
Is it weird that I want a Cyberpunk 2077 park just to see like
No.
dilapidated streets and broken down like buildings?
Not at all. Just the idea of like having this world that you love come to life and like being like living in it
Well,
essentially like sounds it's just awesome.
It's
right?
like when the World of Warcraft movie came out, they got the developers to come onto set, and some of them were like so emotional because like it's
Yeah.
their world
True.
brought to life. Like they built the entire market in Stormwind. Well, not the entire market, but like a good chunk of the
Yeah, yeah.
market, right? So
Yeah. So I'm super pumped for that. But you should check out the videos. They have some like videos teasing the one that's coming out in Japan this summer. It looks pretty cool.
I'll
It's
check
I'm
it
like-
out.
honestly, the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo are gonna be fucking like sick because
Yeah,
like they're gonna
I'm
do
looking
so
forward to
much
that.
like weird technology stuff with it.
Yeah, I'm actually
Uh-huh.
super excited. Like,
Like that opening ceremony might be fucking like ridiculously crazy.
I want to go, but I don't know how to get there.
You buy
probably
a
buy
plane
an air.
ticket,
Yeah.
Probably.
get a hotel.
I mean, you could go by boat, but
you might start, if you go by boat, go now.
yeah. John was just paddling over there across the freaking Pacific.
Fifth is not as bad as the Atlantic, right? So,
I have no idea.
right? I think so. No, wait,
I
that's
mean, like,
probably not true.
If you stop
actually.
off in Hawaii for like a week rest,
I think
it'll be
Hawaii's not
fine.
even like a fifth of the way there. It's like Hawaii,
Yeah, I feel like the Pacific going from like
San
BC.
Fran, or even BC. Yeah,
How dare you start with an American place?
that's probably
Show
closer
your
than
true
BC.
colours.
I think so. Yeah,
Depends on how high Japan is, because BC kind
depends
of
more in
bulges.
the middle. I think.
BC bulges out. Yeah, maybe be more of an angle. But
Maybe
like,
not,
you-
maybe not.
Going from there to Japan, I think, is further than going from like Nova Scotia to mainland Europe.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia is close to Greenland-ish.
Well, you wouldn't go that way.
Sorry,
That-
Iceland.
That's going to the Arctic.
You
wanna
could.
go this
Well,
way.
if I'm
You're going up to
paddling, I want to
Greenland?
hit the most break
You want to
stops
go up to the Arctic in your canoe?
along the way.
Sounds like a bad idea.
You know what's trippy? How like Greenland is closer to the Arctic than Iceland.
Yeah, Greenland is icy and Iceland is greeny.
I want to go to both places,
Do you?
but not New Zealand.
I don't want to go to Greenland.
Why not?
Iceland would be awesome, but Greenland?
Yeah,
Why?
just
There's like nothing there. There's like 5 people who live there.
that's the best part.
That sounds awful. No thanks. Stop farting on the couch that I'm sitting on with you. I feel them, and it's, if I smell that, Nick, I'm gonna hit
I
you.
want to see some nature. Like go places.
Oh my
where,
god!
where no one else has been,
I couldn't hold it in. I'm sorry.
I'm sure people have been there.
or like
Jesus.
the road less traveled. Robert Frost. That's what I'm trying to say. And in the end, it made a difference. But said difference because. Yo,
He's so proud that he's gassing me out. Jesus.
I'm glad you're here, Nick.
I'm
I
not.
really am.
Me too. What's next?
All right. This one's actually pretty interesting and could lead into other news. So Google and Activision Blizzard have made a new deal, and this deal is for both their esports and for their online games.
True.
So their new esports leagues, or their esports leagues and new leagues, so Overwatch League, Hearthstone, and then the new COD League that's launching this year, are now exclusively streaming on YouTube.
Apparently, the COD League has big issues.
Does it?
Yeah.
I haven't looked too much into it.
Bad patch, bad meta.
Bad game.
Sure, like that. A lot of pros are like, don't start the league because you need to fix the game.
You need
first.
to fix the game first. That's
Yeah.
that's never a good sign.
I'm gonna just wait
Bad
till
servers.
the game out comes out next year, right?
True. Well, if you want to watch that disaster or bad meta or whatever you have,
I don't know if it's a disaster. I'm just saying
Yeah.
there's issues around it.
YouTube is where you go now. They used to have the deal. Overwatch League was exclusively on Twitch, and now they've moved over. And it's interesting because things like League of Legends, they stream on multiple platforms. There's like you have the
Mhm.
YouTube broadcast, you've got the one on their actual little esports page, you have the Twitch one.
Because
That's
they don't,
interesting.
Who's making money off this? I don't
they
understand.
they don't need deals. They're big enough. Whereas
Yeah.
like the COD League is like, who gives a shit? Overwatch League was like, hey, we're here. Oh shit, we're losing.
Yeah, they peaked and then dropped, but
They
Is
peaked.
that why you take a deal? Because you're losing?
I don't know. I'm just like, I just don't see them very relevant. Like
No, I agree.
Like Counter Strike's still a lot bigger, like hell of a lot bigger.
True.
So is
Yeah.
Dota than those games,
True.
right? Like they're not gonna compete on Twitch with those games. So
Fair
like
enough.
there's I guess like let's switch platforms. I don't know.
True.
I just
get you.
don't think like I don't find Call of Duty League very interesting at all.
You don't like when someone looks at you and then they're dead?
No, okay, so what I enjoy watching like like high level Call of Duty games, but only when I'm listening to the comms of the players.
Okay.
Because that's I think what makes it interesting is how they talk and what they say, like who's where and what's where.
I like that a lot in Halo when they
Much
have like the
when you listen to Halo comms,
Yeah.
like it's all this communication, right? But I like the commentary in Halo games because like I understand Halo, I know what's going on. Whereas I understand what goes on in Call of Duty, but I can't stand commentary in Call of Duty because it's like the game's too fast for commentary to happen.
I feel you. I understand what you're saying. It's mostly
fair.
just reactions
yeah.
and commentators going, "Whoa!"
Yeah, so I like
a shot.
I like listening to people like on comms
Yeah.
and Call of Duty
Because
stuff like
you get an idea of what's happening inside the game.
so like people on Twitch, like if I see someone like I follow a couple of streamers on Twitch that like play Call of Duty and like game battles matches, and like they play with like Optic Diesel, remember
Yeah.
him,
Mhm.
Hex,
Yep.
remember Hutch
Yes.
at all?
Those guys still play.
They still play game
Hex,
battles.
HECZ. He's the OG Optic guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, they're all OG Optic.
Yeah.
And then they sometimes play like Disrespect. They'll play with some other like COD pros, and like what's fun is like listen to them talk on comms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best part for me. I just don't understand Call of Duty League.
If they offered a pro view of a
God.
always listen, would you be more tempted?
No, probably not.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have such a bad experience with Pro View from League of Legends. I don't like. I saw like advertised again. I'm like, no, like the streaming was shit last time.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't see Call of Duty League or Overwatch League even competing even over on YouTube.
I think this is just more like, Mixer's been signing deals like Shroud, Ninja, stuff like that. So I think it's just everyone's trying to get their big thing in to start like pushing to take on, at least not necessarily take down Twitch, but compete with Twitch. So I guess, Google's hoping to grab some leagues like this, and maybe that'll bring more users to them more regularly, and then finding more streamers that way.
If I was like the head of the Call of Duty broadcast department, I don't know if I would do this. I would just be like, why not compete on Twitch with these guys? More people, like at least we're on more platforms.
They probably get a lot of money. Google probably, it's an exclusivity deal. Google
it seems
probably,
like such a cop out. Like you on one hand, I guess you care about the money more than you care about like the longevity of your esport, because you're gonna have a new game next year, like you said. Anyways,
Yeah, watch them be like, yeah, come stream on YouTube, but you must use Google Stadia for all your games. Could you imagine that?
that'd be ridiculous. There is a second.
Speaking of Google Stadia, no updates in 46 days, something like that.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, people are unhappy with it.
I wonder why.
So
What a shocker. But there is an extra layer to this deal. So all Activision Blizzard online games will now be using the Google Cloud for online features, and the servers, like they'll be using the cloud as like for their game servers now.
all games,
All their online games,
like StarCraft.
like it didn't specify, but
Yeah,
it said
but-
all Activision Blizzard online games, like Overwatch and stuff like that. So this is like a pretty big partnership. Like, not only are they partnering with the esports, but this is like their infrastructure for their games, their servers and everything. They're relying on the computing power that Google has. So it's a pretty big move. I mean, we'll see what happens, but it's definitely two big guys getting comfy with each other.
So no more host?
No more host?
No more host powers?
Yeah, pretty much. The one thing that they didn't specify, but I wonder, does this mean the eventual addition of Activision Blizzard games to Stadia?
Who
Maybe.
cares?
Yeah.
I'm exactly.
I mean, I don't really care, but it's just more of like a talking point. It just interests me. Like, I wonder if we'll see these games come into Stadia, or if like maybe, like, I doubt this would happen, but like Blizzard.net just becomes part of Stadia.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy, right?
I think I would not play a Blizzard game ever again.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I don't think they would ever do that, because that'd be like, that's very
but this could be
anti-consumer.
this,
But
I
like,
get what you're saying. Like,
yeah, like
this is
it's
something. This
they've
isn't
started
nothing.
something,
Yeah.
and this partnership goes pretty deep, because it's not just esports. So I wonder what other plans they have,
Yeah.
coming up
We shall see.
with the games.
Time
Yeah,
will tell.
definitely.
Call of Duty 2020. Black Ops 5.
Please no.
What if it's a good Black Ops?
There hasn't been a good
Black-
Black Ops since Black Ops 1.
Black
Yeah.
Ops 2 was good.
Yeah,
It wasn't
didn't
as
play
good,
Black
but
Ops 2,
Black
so-
Ops from like fun has gone this.
Yeah.
It every new Black Ops game has been
you know
worse
that
than its
stereotype where
predecessor.
like the sequel's usually bad?
Yeah.
That's Black
It's
Ops.
very true.
And Modern Warfare.
Wait, no, disagree. 4
You
was
said-
better than 2, but 2 was still hella fun.
What's
Yeah.
4?
He means COD 4.
COD 4.
Yeah, it was like Modern Warfare 2, and then Modern Warfare 3. Whereas Nick's like, because he hates 2.
COD 4 like got me into like the love of competitive or like online COD.
Mm.
It's like I never played a game like that before. You ever played anything but like COD 4 before you played COD 4? No, right?
COD 3.
Call of Duty 2.
Oh, okay. I never played. I played Big Red 1, and that's
Oh, you're one of those people.
I played that one too.
that's the only option I had.
You didn't play actual COD 2.
I played Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor was really good.
What was the OG Call of Duty?
I used to play Medal of Honor.
When they
Oh.
went to like modern times, like the OG. I played one on my PC called Allied Assault in that game.
Yeah,
It was
I played
so
Vanguard,
good.
Allied Assault, Airborne was meh.
Airborne was meh. Airborne had so much potential to be so cool, and it flopped.
The idea of like falling, like parachuting onto
It
the
was
map
so
wherever
good.
you want is a cool idea. Executed very poorly.
Yeah, and that was kind of like the demise of the franchise
Yep.
from there.
And they went modern, and that fucking got
Yep.
weird.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. This news is actually pretty big, and I don't really have any opinion on it because I've never played this game. But
Mm.
you have, and I don't know if you have. I'll find out in a second. But Knights of the Old Republic, which is like people claim is like
yeah.
one of the best RPGs.
One of the best BioWare made our games
Um,
ever.
There are a couple rumors circulating about a remake or retool to the series. So there are a couple rumors going out. One of them says that there's a remake of the original game,
Mm-hmm.
Knights of the Old Republic 1, and there's one that says it's more of a retooling of the story, where it's taking elements of the first and second Knights of the Old Republic games and retelling the story but making it canon. Because as of right now, it's part of the
Question.
extended universe.
Is it still going to be a BioWare RPG?
I have No
there's
idea.
no like aside from this, there's no like who's working on it. Like I don't think BioWare would have the
It's still gonna be an RPG.
yeah.
Yeah.
From what the source says. I mean, it's
Okay.
all rumors.
Yeah.
But BioWare's working on both Anthem and Dragon Age. So I
True,
don't know
so
if they
who's
have
gonna-
like an extra team that can be work. I don't know how big BioWare is. They might have a third
They
team,
have 2 studios, Edmonton and
and the one in like Texas, right?
yeah,
So
Austin.
if they're doing Dragon Age and Anthem,
Well, I know
who's-
the one down south takes care of like the multiplayer game of
Yeah.
Old Republic, but
yeah.
like-
So maybe even that team, the team that was doing the Old Republic, might be working on this. They're kind of different games.
I'm kind of down
but
for a sick RPG. Not gonna lie.
I'm down for this because I haven't played the game, and I bought them on Steam, but like they're so old.
They're
okay.
fun.
And without nostalgia, it's like
I have like
they have aged.
Okay.
typically I
they
have
have
like 10
aged.
hours in KOTOR 1 and 2
Yeah.
both.
So,
They're old games,
yes,
dude.
okay. Since I'm the only one that seems to actually played the game or games, whatever.
You
Yeah.
finished it. I've played character creation in KOTOR 2 in like 2 hours.
I've beat the first one. I've played like the beginning of the second one. I haven't finished the second one yet, but I'm worried about this. I don't like it. I don't
Oh,
like
yeah?
the idea of retooling it
True.
and combining both games into one to make
Oh yeah,
the,
that
to
Yeah,
make the
I don't
sto-
know how the story works, so
to
I'm
make
not,
the story canon. I don't know how the story works in the second one, but like there's a lot that goes on in the first one that I would rather them just like remake 1 and 2.
this is what you get when Disney buys canon. When Disney gets to decide what and what is not canon.
Okay, but like to be fair, there was like a million contradictions in the old
Okay.
Legends and
they
Yeah.
had
whatever.
to for the creativity to make a new trilogy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
there-
I'm just saying
there
this is
was
what
too
happens.
many
Mind you, the new
contradictions,
trilogy,
like,
mm,
People died, people not dead, people like there was too much. It was too convoluted.
Okay.
yeah,
But I just
Rip Mary
if you're
Jane
gonna make
Skywalker.
it canon, just remake the game as it was and release it in a
Okay.
remade state.
So as the only person out of us three who knows the story, do any of the events contradict what has happened in any of the canon pieces of Star Wars? Because that's the issue, right? Is that
N-
the way Lucasfilm has been giving the license to EA is that everything has to be canon. Battlefront 2's campaign was canon. The new Jedi Fallen Order is canon. So like, does any of it contradict what's already made?
no, because like this is
I know it's all like old
this
stuff.
is like thousands
Yeah.
of years in the past.
So they could remake the whole game and it would still make sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
it would be fine.
This is Darth Revan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
okay.
Thing about that also,
they made him canon.
they made him canon in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Which is another hint at this that this
So-
could be a thing.
So like, just remake the first and second game, or just remake the first game.
Yeah.
Don't if you're gonna remake parts of the second game, then like, fucking make it an epilogue to this first game. But even then, like the stories don't really connect. It's just like another game set in that KOTOR universe.
Mm-hmm.
So I just rather just.
I get the
remake-
sense you really enjoyed it because you have a lot of apprehension concerning
game
like how the story is
is-
going to be handled.
Yes, it's old. It hasn't aged well in terms of graphics and gameplay, but like everything else around it is phenomenal. Like the Star Wars lore, the characters, because BioWare does characters really good, like 90% of the time, minus like Andromeda and
Well, you just look at Mass Effect. So many of
Yeah.
those characters were such like
Like,
well written
it's-
characters.
it's just remake the game as it is, and then figure out KOTOR 2 later. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say. Like this game is so fucking good.
Yeah,
Like,
you'd make a lot of fans upset if you like started cutting content from it as a remake.
like
I
I
think.
urge everyone to like try to battle through the graphics and the gameplay just to like
It's on my list. I'm going to do it
see
after
the
I
game
finish.
because like it is such a
Dragon Age.
beautiful. There's a couple beautiful twists in that game that are so perfect.
Yeah, I want to,
Hey,
and I hope I can. But
question.
God, it's so old.
do you plan on? And be honest, do you plan on reading that book I gave you?
The Star Wars one,
Yeah.
I plan on it, but you know me with reading.
Okay. No, I'm just wondering. Like, I didn't know if you're actually planning on reading it because it's not canon,
Yeah.
right? So
But it's written by Timothy Zahn, so. And if you look anywhere
Air-
online, he writes some of the best Star Wars books.
and I've already told you like what that book did for Star Wars.
Yeah.
so.
And he also did both Thrawn trilogies, both the non-canon and the new canon one that he did with Disney. So I trust that it's a great book, both for what it is and because of the author. And you recommended it. I don't think you'd recommend me a bad book. So I'm just I love books and I love the stories they tell. Like when I finish a book, I'm like, I'm so happy I read that. But then when I have to go start a new book, I'm like, bro, I just
Same,
go like get the
same.
quick like
My brain's like,
30-minute fix from playing
what
a
are you
video game.
doing?
Yeah, I'm
Why
such a
aren't you on
21st
your
century
phone?
degenerate.
You could try audiobooks.
What? You could. Good, actually. Yeah,
That's what I've been. That's what I've been thinking about. Like, I'm spending
Yeah.
so much time at work just like listening to shit. Like I like told you, I'm listening to. I've gotten through like over 40 hours of Vox Machina just sitting there listening to it at work while
That's
working on
true.
stuff. Like
That's
maybe I'll
true.
try audiobooks. Like
Yeah, yeah.
let's see how much Harry Potter audiobooks are. They're $50 and they're 30 hours long. So maybe
Jesus.
not.
I don't know. There's something about like holding a book, the physical. I've never been able to do what is it? What are those called? Like Kodo or whatever.
E-book, e-ink,
Ebooks.
Yeah, but there's like a
E-readers.
what's the one that starts with a K? I swear there's
Kindle.
like
Kobo,
Kobo?
Kindle.
Kobo, whatever. But
Yeah,
the
whatever the heck it
Amazon
is.
one.
Kindle.
yeah,
That's the
and then
Amazon one.
there's Kindle and like
Yeah.
I've never I don't know like looking at the screens and reading that I don't like it nearly as
Mm,
much as.
give-
But audiobooks are something I've never tried. So
That's what I think I'm trying
Yeah.
out, but I just haven't really found a starting off point.
yeah,
How's the quality?
Of what audiobooks?
Yeah.
I
No,
haven't-
of the podcast.
It's still fine. There's like
Really?
couple
'Cause I-
episodes where it's like the audio will skip back and forth from like, hey, is it like the
Yeah,
file
they
or is it
had-
something else?
They had big
But
issues
it's
back in
definitely the
day.
file. But like, it's fine. I like it's
And you can keep up with it and stuff.
yeah. Like
Okay,
I'm
fair.
listening fine. I'm in the city of brass. The fire planes. I'm getting close to the Thor deck. I know that. I can like see the episode count and where I'm at. But yeah, just remake KOTOR 1 as is.
yeah.
Do it.
Another like hint that this is real is that Kathleen Kennedy, who's the president of Lucasfilm right
Right.
now, she said that there was something in the works KOTOR related. So, I mean,
What
it
if it's
has.
an animated series like Clone Wars?
I'd be down.
That'd be
but
cool.
then like it was an RPG made of like choices and consequences,
yeah,
right? So like,
yeah.
how do you?
True, true.
What do
Also,
you do?
Clone Wars coming out in like 3 weeks. I'm super hyped for it.
Yo, everyone is hyped for that shit.
Have you seen the original
I've
series?
never seen any of that. It's like a kid
Dude,
show.
No, it's not.
Okay, yeah, it's an animated show, but like it's still like deep enough that
Dude,
it's
it's
good for
sick.
anybody.
Maybe I will watch
And
it.
it covers so much that the movies just skipped over. Like it covers the entire like war.
Yeah, but I read that.
Yeah,
know what
but
I'm
it also
saying?
shows.
What do you mean
like,
you read that?
I've literally read like Clone Wars is like a segment in non-canon Star Wars now,
Okay.
where like between books 2 or movies 2 and 3, there's like a bunch of books. And I've
You've read all of them?
you know,
I
Okay.
have a good idea of what's
Because
going
this series covers a lot and it's really good.
it also shows a better context of like Anakin's like descent into darkness.
Yeah,
Like him
yeah.
getting more angry as the show goes on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Although there's no books with Ahsoka in them.
Ahsoka's
Because she's- I
such
think
a
she-
cool character.
I think
She's
she was
brand new to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
she's
she's
such
in-
a cool character and
And in Rebels.
yeah, she's in Rebels too, which
And-
is also really good.
And Rise of Skywalker. She's in Rise of Skywalker too.
Okay.
She's in Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, it's like one of the voices.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what are you smoking? Okay, yeah, you're right. Dude, watch it. It's so good. I know it's like 5 seasons
You know, my
long,
heart has
but
been
it's so
broken
good.
as a Star Wars fan.
Okay, but this is
You're telling me this will be good?
this is pre
You can promise me this is going to be something I'll enjoy.
Let me just tell you this was
Nick,
released.
look at me and tell me I'll like this.
I mean, like, I've never been heartbroken by Star Wars, so
Yeah,
I've
okay,
never
so,
been disappointed.
okay, so
True.
listen to me.
Yeah.
This is pre-Disney taking over.
True.
The meanie overlord hasn't destroyed it yet.
True. Okay, maybe I will watch it.
Just look on like
Yeah.
Metacritic. It's
I'll
got
watch
a
the first 3
great-
episodes. We'll see what happens. That's
I'm trying to
usually what I
think
do.
of what
with
even
shows.
happens in the first ones where they go up against like Count Dooku's huge.
I give it
ship,
like
I
a 3
think.
episode count.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
like,
it's been
that's a good
while.
rule.
It's a really good show.
Okay, I'll try it.
Um,
Disney Plus, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Has them all?
It used to be on Netflix. Did it get pulled from Netflix?
Well,
I think
I have
so.
both of them.
Okay. Oh, you have Disney Plus, and you're fine. Yeah. All right. So yeah, you want a remake, not a retool. Is
Yeah.
basically how you feel. I'm good for whatever, but I mean, if the source material is that good, I think a remake is just the better way to go about.
Yeah,
doing
that's true.
things.
What I really want is just a remake of Mass Effect, the entire trilogy with all DLC in one package.
Yeah,
I'm
that'd be
still
great.
bummed about the Shepard trilogy that had like no DLC in it. Just give me the
They
fucking
didn't even
trilogy.
have the DLC to make decisions for the.
All
It's so tilted,
Nick,
dude.
all I need from that remake is it can literally be the exact same games. I just need when the game ends at the end, instead of showing like a slideshow of
Yeah.
everything that happens, just animate the cutscenes, please. Show me the people moving and
Of what?
of like what happens to everyone at the end of the story.
Of 3?
Because it literally just said Shepard and his friends continue to live, and I'm like, there's no closure here. God damn it!
See, I don't see
You didn't mind
Mass
that?
Effect 3's ending as the trilogy ending. The entirety of Mass Effect 3 is the end.
Whoa, that's a interesting take there.
Mind blasted.
True.
Because like the first 2 games are your story,
Oh
and everything comes to an end in the entirety of Mass Effect 3. Everything gets closed off.
shit.
Well, most of it closed off.
Maybe
but,
when
like,
I do my replay, I'll think of it that way. All right, but we're off topic. Moving on.
Yeah. I mean,
what's new?
when are we not off topic?
Yeah,
Come
true.
on. The last thing I have isn't really like a huge news thing, but LCS started.
Yeah.
And the LEC
Yeah.
leagues for League of Legends. All the pro
Z9's
leagues are
2-0.
starting. Tilted.
Are they?
Yeah. I'm
Why are you tilted?
Like
Because Sneaky's not on the
the
team.
bitter part
Oh.
of me wanted, like, I still love C9, but the part of me wanted them just to fucking burn so they can realize that they're
They weren't
mistake
gonna
they
burn
made.
because one, Team Liquid sucks.
Well, they also didn't have freaking
Doesn't
their
matter.
jungler.
Doesn't fucking matter. You theoretically should not lose to Team Liquid with that roster still.
You mean lose to C9?
Yes.
That is.
I
indeed what it
mean,
means.
whatever. It's one game. They still won 4 things in a row, so I don't think you can say they're shit.
They're shit.
Okay.
Nice
Well, I mean,
world's
you
record.
can. I just don't. But yeah, there's a very salty part of me that was like, I hope you just fucking get shit on.
You know, I watched.
It's bad, but-
I watched 2 days of LCS. You know what I don't like?
Mm.
This meta is like 2 team fights and the game's over.
You know what I don't like?
What?
The NA spends half an hour playing ARAM.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bro, I was
There's 2
watching
team
the
fights?
TSM game. Who were they playing yesterday? TSM and was it
It
Immortals?
was Immortals.
Yeah.
It
I was
was
watching that
yeah.
with Nevin, and me and Nevin literally sat there, and I'm not even kidding. One team had 2 Drakes, and the other team, like, they didn't want to give up the 3rd Drake, and they just danced mid, and like no team went to get priority on Dragon
Yep.
and started. They didn't. No team wanted to, and they just would blow their ultimates, and then like the team would kite back, and they would just come back, and they were literally just ARAM, and I'm like,
that was
like I
such-
usually
Because-
go. I
because
understand NA's
That's
not as
what
good
the
of a
game
region,
is like now, and
but it's just like
Riot's fault.
No, that's just TSM. TSM will get an early lead and do absolutely nothing and then lose.
I just want to blow my brains out because that game
Maybe.
was 60 minutes long, and they spent
Yeah.
at least half an hour just in mid lane dancing.
I feel like that
And,
happened in a
ugh.
few games though. That ARAM thing.
It did. Golden Guardians, I think one of their games had it too, and I'm just like,
Because there's nothing to do on the map anymore. Farm doesn't really matter. Pushing wave doesn't really matter.
Jungle doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
All you do is farm. First objective, all right, team fight. Second objective, all right, team fight. All right, I don't want to get into it, but like,
Yeah.
it's a little.
This is like I'm usually a lot more accepting to meta changes and a lot less critical than I think you are about how the game's
Yeah,
played.
I'm just a salty
I'm-
asshole.
no, you look at it more in depth. I'm just more there to watch like a fun game, whereas you look at it a much more like technical
Maybe,
point of view.
Maybe.
But this is the first time where even me, who's just there for the ride and like more about like, this is fun to watch and less about like the technical stuff,
Mhm.
watching the ARAM is actually like tilting me. Like I was not enjoying watching these teams just dance, waste ult, realize they're like nobody. Like
Yeah.
I was at one point screaming like because I didn't care who won. So people were like dying, and I was cheering for both teams. I was like, as soon as somebody died, I was like, "Thank you!" And then I was like, "Oh, kill that guy!" And I was because I just wanted like people to die on the map so that they would actually do something.
It's like that meme with the stick that just like fucking do something.
yeah, do
Just
something. That's
fucking do something.
literally how I
Like who
felt.
cares? There's no fucking objectives. Just fucking do something. Like you're not getting anywhere by not doing anything. You're gonna sit in fucking lane and do nothing while both teams gain the same amount of fucking power at the exact same fucking time.
Yeah.
So I like watching
Ugh.
LEC because
Yeah.
LEC they actually fucking try to do something.
Actual. Also, they
Yeah.
fight for vision in LEC.
Yeah, but
You-
LEC
and NALCS, no one cares about vision.
LEC is
Yeah.
such a better league. Miles better.
This is the first time where I've actually been like tilted watching NA. Usually I'm just like, whatevs. But
But
NA is the
I
fucking
wouldn't say
power
better. I just think
trash.
NA has a different style. Like
No.
NA doesn't care about all that
And
stuff.
it doesn't give a fuck about winning.
What do they
I
care
wouldn't
about
go
then?
that far.
Their paycheck.
I don't believe
No.
that narrative. I think that narrative is so forced. And I think that narrative's like completely fake. There's no way. Like I'm sure there are some people who are a little lax, but like you're not gonna be a top competitor if you don't care about.
I just don't feel like they don't like when I watch like when the LEC play, I watch the LPL play, I watch the LCK play, I watch NA play. I'm just like, the NA league is like like leagues behind those other 3 leagues. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
But I think a lot
wrong?
of that stems from like bad servers, like high paying on servers. You have a less serious environment in like your normal ranked. Like NA's known for like one tricks and streamers and stuff
but
like
then
that.
like these players have the option to play like in-house tournaments, like get players together, throw
Yeah,
yourself
but
on
there's only
random
so much you
teams.
can learn from like a
But
few amount of people.
at least you're playing of like people who are of the highest skill level.
No, I agree with you, and I said that does help. But like when you compare it to like EU West, which is known as a very competitive server, or Korean server, like those, no matter what game they're playing, they're always playing at the highest like competitive style league. Whereas in NA, if you're not playing in those pre-set up areas and you're doing solo queue, you're usually in a lot more Fiesta games, so you're practicing good. So I just think NA overall just is a weaker region.
Yeah.
And I don't like. I'm sure there are some
Speaking of
players
being a
who
weak
only care about
region-
money, but I don't believe that like every NA player just wants money.
You know what I like that someone is doing? 100 Thieves, Papa Smithy, and the boys at 100 Thieves are doing like this NA talent search thingy, where they're bringing like dozens of people apparently from solo queue from
Well,
all over the place, and
Houston
just
does the same thing with their scouting grounds.
okay. But this is like a completely 100 Thieves incentive apparently, and so they're trying to. They're like their idea with this incentive is, let's try to improve the skill level of the server.
Because I think they've realized that like you're only as good as the
People you practice
people
with.
who are coming up
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
the farm. So like, you know, if you just import players and then everybody else around you still sucks, like it blows my mind that NA has 10 teams and only one of their mid laners is NA.
Yep.
Like that, it blows my mind. But
Pope.
Golden Glue?
it's Golden
Yeah.
Glue. I still can't believe that
Yeah.
Demonte didn't get a
I can't
job
believe
and
I can't
Pope
believe
didn't
Pope,
get a
Demonte-
job.
Sneaky, and Demonte
Demo-
are all
Demonte
getting
is
jobs.
Sneaky, I get because like he probably turned. I guarantee he turned down an offer. I don't think.
Yeah, I'm sure he
because
did.
I think he wanted to be on a competitive team.
True.
He also won't
But,
be
like,
starting.
Yeah, but like Demonte and Pobe, I'm like, and again, like I don't know all the obviously the
Yeah.
people who made the decisions know better than me, but I'm just surprised that, like Demonte goes from like world's mid laner, mind you, he wasn't like the best, but he was pretty good, and then he didn't even get a
But
team.
Demonte's styling on the academy leagues and is like,
Yeah, he'll get a chance
he
again,
doesn't
I think.
fucking belong in the academy. Like,
Yeah, as long as he keeps grinding, I'm sure some team will call him up
Mhm.
when their mid lane starts
sure,
playing
yep.
poorly. But yeah,
FlyQuest.
yes, the whole like lead up was to something completely different. But anyways, so one thing I'm loving about the LCS is that FlyQuest has this really cool tree initiative that they launched this weekend, and
right.
it goes for the entire spring split at least. And what it is they will plant trees when certain milestones are met. So they will plant one tree for every time a FlyQuest member gets a kill. And they play 18 games a split
Mhm.
plus playoffs. So, and you think about how many kills, like that's pretty good. Every time an Ocean Drake is taken by any team in any game, FlyQuest doesn't even need to be part of the game. It's just an LCS game where an Ocean Drake is taken. They plant 10 trees. And every time FlyQuest gets a win, they plant 100 trees. The first 2 days of LCS, they've already planted 200, or they're already going to. Obviously, they didn't just go out and plant trees, but like 250 trees will be planted, and that's one weekend. And there's still 2 games tonight because LCS switched to having like 2
Mhm.
Monday night games. There's just such like a cool thing that
Yeah, it
they
really
didn't
is.
need to do. They don't benefit aside from publicity. Like they don't get any money from this. Like this is all coming out of pocket. But I just
Yeah,
think
they do.
you think so?
For tax benefit.
Oh, okay, I don't
Go,
really.
you put on your taxes and you get money back at the end of the year.
This is really cool.
Fair. I don't really know about like.
I
all
will
that crap,
say,
but
There's a part of me that's a little cynical and is like, why don't you just do this without virtue signaling to everyone? Like, you know, like you're a huge corporation. Just
being like, I'm gonna just
No,
go
but
plant
like I
trees.
said,
plant
it's
the trees anyways.
when a
But it
corp-
gets like publicity
I
and
know,
stuff
I know.
going.
But there's a
Not-
part of me that
not
has
Yeah.
that
like
feeling.
publicity. Like when a corporation does charitable like actions, it goes. You get that tax, whatever thing. I can't remember what it's called now. Oh my god, tax receipt. You can put on your tax on your like when you do your tax at the end of the year,
Yeah,
and you
what
get
does
a
that do?
certain percentage back.
I see.
Basically, if you make a charitable donation,
Mm-hmm.
the government doesn't
Yeah.
tax that as your income because you gave it away.
Yes.
Interesting.
So charitable donation. Well, you said if you make charitable donation, the government does not tax you back on the income after.
I wish they planted more trees. I think it's cool, but I think planting 200 trees is really cheap. It's not like
But that's one weekend, right?
I wish like it was times 10 for everything that you mentioned there. You know what I'm
Fair.
saying? Like a kill was 10 trees and not a tree.
Yeah, that's fair.
So-
But I hope that like more teams do this
Yeah.
because I mean,
Why not?
and again, like it's easy for me to preach this. Like I don't actively go out. I'm not like on the front lines like doing all that stuff. But like global warming's a thing. This planet's like deteriorating. Humanity has had a negative effect on the Earth for the most part. And it's nice to see that, like, that some of the companies out there aren't all about absolutely destroying our economy for
Yeah.
profit. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
again, like Nick said, there's probably some
There-
benefit
there are-
to it, but
For example,
it's nice.
FlyQuest is willing to save our environment only if FlyQuest is doing well and not for you know what I'm
No,
saying?
the ocean drake is for everyone.
Sure.
But I get it. They went 2-0 this week.
Hey,
pal.
it's
They
better than
went
not
2-0
doing
this week.
anything. So
Exactly.
I agree. It's
Yeah.
a good thing.
And I just hope that
overall.
this kind of encourages more
Yeah, sure. Why
more
not?
teams or something, more just whatever. It's like just spread
Yeah.
this is a good idea. I just thought it was really cool that a team was doing this. But
Speaking of in the environment, I challenge you guys. No, I don't really challenge you, but I'm just saying I've been thinking of like this thing. I'm like, I wonder if in like Toronto, in Scarborough, there exists a 10 by 10 meter patch of grass without a single piece of plastic on it.
probably not.
Probably not,
You remember that time when we were walking back from Nick's house and there was like 20 Tim's cups on that freaking box?
bro.
Tilts me.
Okay,
Like public or private? We're talking.
public.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
I'm saying my backyard has no plastic in it.
True. Like, okay, I'll be honest. Sometimes, rarely, I'll spit my gum like on the road. That's pretty bad. I get it.
You're getting the head shake from Ethan.
I'm deserved.
Yeah.
You know, it's a bad thing to do, but
You're a piece of shit.
okay.
So you know.
Yeah, no.
So you know.
From certain perspectives,
Yeah.
I can see that being valid. But like, man, there's just so much garbage.
Yep.
Everywhere.
People litter. People
It
don't
tilts me so much.
sort their garbage properly at home. Like
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like my family's pretty big. Like we wash all of our recyclables before we throw them in the bin. Like you have a jar of jam,
Mhm.
it's glass, it's
Started
recyclable.
doing that
You
recently.
have to clean it out because if it's
Yeah.
contaminated, they can't like. It's so much more effort for them to do that. Plus, they can get other recyclables like dirty, right? And then they have to clean all that before, and that's just way more work. Some companies won't even bother doing that. So like we clean everything before we throw it in the recycling. We compost as much as possible over putting stuff in the garbage. Like garbage is probably the least amount of stuff that comes out of my house now. We compost a lot, and it just it tilts me. It frustrates me when I just see like garbage. All like same as you. Like when I'm just walking around, I just see people who just like throw coffee cups on the ground
Yeah.
or cigarette butts. It's
got
just
it.
like,
I have
come on.
anecdotal stories. When I was at Wonderland over the Winterfest, working on like the landscaping grounds crew. There's nothing to do at work, so we occasionally go and help the guys clean up the parking lot. There's literally garbage cans like maybe 15, 20 feet from each other on each side of like. There's a section of parking
You're
spaces.
about to
There's
make me
like
so upset.
on north and like
know where this
on
is
like on
going.
both sides.
Yeah.
There's literally just
Garbage
garbage
in the
all over the
middle,
parking
yeah.
lot, and the bin's empty.
That is just how like lazy us as a species have
Hey,
gotten.
guys, this is our home. You know, like
So,
And again, like
we
I'm
have
not saying I'm
nowhere
on the
else to
front
go.
line planting trees. I'm not.
No, like I'm
not
not a
leading,
paragon.
Yeah,
of-
I'm not leading it, but like it's just small things like not littering.
Yeah.
That just it seems so easy, especially with like Nick said, how much availability there is. At least in Toronto. I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for every city, but we have a lot of garbage and recycling bins
Yeah, we do.
at like every bus stop, which are pretty
Our
frequent. 'cause-
recycling facilities are pretty great.
Yeah, like we have a lot, and it honestly, you have to try to be littering. Like at this point, you have to put in effort almost because there's so many, and it's so disheartening to like see so many people just still not give a shit
Yeah.
at this point. Like, ugh, frustrates the hell out of me, and that's why I'm like so happy about this. Like again, like it's a small thing, and like you said, it'd be better if they just did it more. But it's just like it makes me happy that at least somebody's doing something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So just stop littering. That's all. That's all you gotta do.
It really would help.
Like
a lot.
literally, if everyone just stopped littering, like I'm not asking you to go out and like
Yeah.
go spend 2 months planting trees or whatever. Like I'm not asking, just literally
How nice would it
throw
be
your garbage out
when you're just
properly.
driving down the road or something, on the avenues, on the roads, and you look to the right and you look like on the sidewalk and the curb, and it's
Nothing.
just grass.
Yeah,
How good would that feel?
Be
That feel-
I mean,
fantastic.
there is usually grass on those sides.
but like just grass
yeah.
and no
like not like
plastic
fucking
bags and
coffee mugs or coffee cups.
whatever.
and-
Dude, I don't know what I see on the street sometimes.
Dude, I've seen people throw like full drinks out of their car on the 401 before. I'm like, what are you doing? Like you take the effort to roll down your window and toss your cup out. Like I don't understand people. Ugh. Anyways, I could complain forever on
Yeah.
this topic, but throw your shit out
properly.
properly.
Yeah.
Don't throw it on the ground.
I just squat, put your hand underneath your ass, shit, and throw it out.
Yeah.
That's what Brad means.
Literally what Nick said. That's what I mean.
I've been sick, so I haven't been to the gym, so I haven't squat in a while. Feels bad.
Squatty potty baby.
What?
What?
Squatty potty baby.
Body potty? Apparently, it's better for like your back and your insides and everything. If you
Yeah.
like get like one of those, they have like an attachment where you can like just put it.
Yeah,
around
Well,
the,
it's
the
like this
the,
little
the
toilet.
slide
position you sit
thing.
on the toilet apparently isn't the optimal position
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
like releasing your bowels properly.
Builds-
emptying your bowels, I
Stresses
guess.
your bowel. It stresses your
Yeah, like
tailbone.
the way it like folds your
Yeah, it's
Very
weird.
interesting conversation for us to have, but it's true. You'd think like we designed the toilets. Like, why the hell did we not do it properly? Whoever
they're-
designed the toilet's dumb.
Science, bitch.
True. Need to make new toilets.
I know those toilets are like angled downwards now, so at work you're a little less comfortable on the toilet. So you
Do they
don't start-
purposely do that so you don't sit on the toilet like
I
on
mean,
your
like
phone?
I fucking I do at work. So I work a 10-hour shift. I get 3 breaks. I get a 15-minute break at 8:30, a half-hour break at 11 o'clock, and then I get another 15-minute break at 2:30.
Brutal,
So
bro.
after my lunch, or between my last break, is the longest stretch of work.
Yeah.
So what I do is I download shows on my phone. I go to the bathroom. I sit there for 20 minutes watching a show.
Nice, nice.
That's amazing.
So like I fucking can't stand it. It's like you work for 2 hours, work for 2 hours, then work for 3 to 4 hours, then work for 2 hours.
What's the saying? They make $1, I make a dime. That's why I shit on company time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fucking one of them pays me like shit. Someone shit on their
Yeah.
time.
Damn right.
I'm getting tired of Shattered Pixel Dungeon.
Really?
Bro, I need more mobile games. You guys, no, I'm serious. Find some games for me to play. Some nice ones though.
You want me to find you
One
mobile
that I've been
games?
getting ads a lot for is Arknight. May try that. I don't fucking know what the hell
Raid
it is.
Shadow Legends.
Any game that gives
Or
me ads for it, no,
Black Desert Mobile.
no, I'm not about it.
The Raid Shadow Legends. Literally every YouTuber is like sponsored by that game now.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah. Have you heard of it?
Yeah,
It's, I don't know. It's like this new game, but like every YouTuber, I hate it when they're like, "Oh, let me tell you about what my video is sponsored by," and they're like, "I don't know." Mini rant here, but like when they go, "Oh, this game is so epic! Like, look at the graphics, this beautiful, deep RPG." I'm just like, bro.
And they show
Like, I know they have to say it because it helps support their channel, but I'm like, you're fucking lying.
And they show
so
a cat
hard right
anime
now.
girl with big tits, and it's like, all right, I see where.
Sold. No, not really.
Yeah. But it's just like the games look so bad, but it's amazing how much money they have like for marketing, like
That's
to
all it is.
sponsor all these YouTubers.
That's all. Because
Like I guess whales are enough to supply them.
you need to get your dopamine fix out to the people who want it.
Yeah.
You also be surprised how much influencers actually can cost too.
Yeah.
True.
It's fucking ridiculous. The stuff
True.
really tells me like some like these small influencers are like $5,000 or like a post, and I was like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Jesus.
I'm so glad I'm not on social media.
I mean, we are.
Sometimes I miss it because I'm
It
like,
can be good, but it
it's
can
good.
be bad.
but for me, the problem is the toxicity would ruin me, and because I don't have the self control, I don't have the impulse control, I don't have the ability to censor and put up barriers and create healthy boundaries for myself.
Yeah.
So I just stay away from it.
I'd be super bad if I was like popular. Like if I was like a figure.
What do
Like
you mean
like
by
a
bad?
streamer or something. Like
Yeah,
it'd
but
be
what do you
it'd be
mean by-
like it'd be bad for my health because I would read all the comments and like everyone gets hate because that's just how the online world works. And I feel like I'd be so bad at like being able to distance myself from that hate and like knowing it's
Sure,
like.
sure.
So I'm happy. I'm just a spectator on Twitter, just watching everything else happen around
Oh.
me.
Speaking of social media, we have social medias.
Do we?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
been
cool.
I've been kind of not been paying attention to it for the longest time because fucking Wonderland takes over my life.
It's okay.
But I'm gonna try to get back to clipping Twitch stuff and putting it on the Instagram again, hopefully, because there's a lot of great stuff that I want to clip and just post. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like-
You guys are hilarious.
Like
Oh shucks.
Bread is the mood.
Bread is the best mood.
I need to clip Santa's entrance.
You do.
I need to like go back in time and do all that.
I don't know how like easy or hard it is, but I can help out if you're busy or whatever.
I just need to like put myself like set aside time to do it. Like I can do like a couple clips per night probably.
Mm.
But it's just like it's not like clipping and downloading. It's a hard part. It's like clipping, downloading, putting it onto my phone, and then reformatting that video so Instagram takes it.
Do you make your own food?
Yeah.
Huh?
You make your own like meals?
Sometimes yeah.
You're a busy guy.
Yeah.
Work, taking care of yourself.
It's like I work 10-hour shifts, so it's like I don't have much time to myself at night.
Yeah, I
That's
can imagine.
understandable.
I can imagine.
And when I don't take the 407 home, I'm like in traffic for an hour or more.
Damn. I don't have anything else to talk about.
No, that's all I have. Andre just messaged me again saying will delete.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh.
thank you for listening to episode 78. I had to look down. of the 3 Can Play podcast. It's been myself, Nick, Brad Crabley Crab, and producer Ethan. You can check us out on Instagram and Twitter at 3 Can Play podcast. It's been a pleasure. With much peace and love, 3 Can Play out.